Hollywood is often seen as a dream factory where fame never sleeps. In this series, we uncover shocking and controversial stories of stars who went to extreme lengths to transform themselves, both physically and emotionally. Behind the glamour lies a deep struggle with identity and pressure. If this resonates with you, comment 1. If not, comment 0. Like and subscribe to stay tuned for more stories. If life were a work of art, Pixie Fox chose to make her body a living sculpture, defying the basic rules of biology. Obsessed with flawless graphic ideals, she poured vast resources into reshaping her anatomy. She went beyond conventional cosmetic methods, taking radical and highly controversial steps. Most striking was her choice to modify her skeletal structure, aiming for curves that nature seldom offers. Altering the structures that protect vital organs to achieve an idealized body ratio highlights both extreme determination and the body's vulnerability to unrealistic desires. Despite repeated warnings from doctors about long-term health risks and musculoskeletal stability, Pixie sees her transformation as a form of personal freedom. Her story prompts a striking question for modern society. In shaping ourselves to match digital ideals, are we sacrificing the natural balance that underpins life? Her journey reads as an epic of willpower, but also a cautionary tale about respecting the limits of nature. Blondie Bennett went beyond imitating the appearance of a pop culture icon, pursuing a sense of harmony between her body and mind. In contrast to a world that constantly promotes intelligence and mental sharpness, she deliberately chose a path of radical simplicity. Her journey involved not only reshaping her physical appearance, but also altering the way her thoughts flowed, aiming to align herself with an ideal that existed more behind glass than in real life. By exploring therapies that shaped the subconscious, she aimed to remove layers of complex thought and daily worries to reach what she called perfect stillness. For Blondie, living didn't require carrying the burden of analysis or anxiety. Some see her path as a philosophical experiment on existence, while others worry it risks erasing personal identity. Her story goes beyond beauty, becoming a reflection of a deep desire to leave reality behind and exist as a pure symbol, untouched by the human mind's turbulence. Linda Evangelista, a lasting icon of global fashion and once the epitome of runway elegance and power, faced a life-changing turning point. Unlike those who seek extremes, she underwent a body contouring procedure marketed as gentle, safe, and minimally disruptive, a modern promise to perfect small details. Yet a harsh irony unfolded when her body responded in an entirely unexpected way. Rather than refining her appearance, the procedure caused uncontrolled tissue changes, leaving lasting scars and persistent pain. Once a woman who commanded thousands of cameras with confidence, Linda withdrew into seclusion to face both physical and emotional struggles. The ordeal cost her not just her career, but also her self-assurance. The subsequent lawsuit went beyond financial claims, exposing the hidden dangers of the so-called non-invasive cosmetic industry. Her story is a stark reminder that even the most advanced technologies cannot fully master the human body, which remains a complex system beyond complete control. Simon Cowell, long known for his sharp wit and commanding presence, was not immune to the pressures of aging. In a world where youth is treated like currency, he turned to cosmetic procedures to preserve a hint of his younger self. Over time, however, extensive treatments affecting his deeper facial muscles left his expression increasingly rigid, lacking the natural flow of emotion. Audiences began to notice a subtle freeze in his appearances. What makes Simon's story remarkable is not a misstep in aesthetics, but the willingness to face the reality of growing older. After hearing honest feedback from those around him, especially the younger people in his life, Simon chose to stop. He stepped away from aggressive procedures, removed artificial enhancements, and returned to a more authentic version of himself. Instead of fearing the wrinkles of aging, he focused on inner health and life balance. His journey sends a powerful message. True beauty isn't about clinging to the past, but embracing the natural process and finding confidence in the changes time brings. I think Simon's decision shows real self-awareness and courage. Choosing authenticity over artificial perfection is inspiring. If you find his story compelling, leave a 2 in the comments. If not, leave a 5. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss our upcoming videos. Jocelyn Wildenstein's transformation remains one of the most controversial in the history of cosmetic enhancement, but beneath it lies a complex psychological story of emotional dependence. Unlike many public figures who change their appearance for career reasons, her extreme choices were largely motivated by a desire to maintain a personal relationship. To satisfy her partner's fascination with exotic predatory animals, she reconstructed her face to reflect a symbolic vision of untamed wildness. Through a series of major surgeries, from lifting facial muscles to reshaping central features, her appearance gradually transformed into a look the world would later assign with unsettling nicknames. The cruel irony is that after enduring physical pain and sacrificing her reputation, the one goal she sought above all, a lasting marriage, still ended in failure. Jocelyn's story serves not only as a warning about extreme physical transformation, but also as a profound lesson in personal identity. Trying to mold oneself to fit another's desires rarely brings peace or true love, and it painfully reminds us that losing ourselves to become someone else's creation can come at a far greater cost than imagined. When it comes to the most striking transformations in entertainment history, Michael Jackson stands out as a deeply thought-provoking figure. Long before digital filters and instant visual edits existed, he lived under intense scrutiny, with every facial feature examined by a global audience. His journey wasn't just about altering his appearance, it reflected a complex tension between personal identity and public expectation. Early interventions, initially meant to address unexpected issues, eventually led him into a prolonged quest for an idealized version of beauty. Over the decades, the world watched Michael undergo a relentless transformation, from the shape of his cheekbones to the refinement of his eyes and smile. With every public appearance, he revealed a new version of himself, moving further from the radiant boy of his youth. For some, this was a pursuit of surreal perfection. For others, an effort to heal hidden insecurities and unresolved memories. His evolution ultimately redefined fame, showing that an artist can not only perform music, but also turn their own body into a controversial work of art under the public eye. Katie Price has never been one to fade into the background. She entered the spotlight with a defiant spirit and a rare, blunt honesty. While many public figures hide signs of cosmetic work, Katie made them a defining part of her brand. From a model once celebrated for her natural beauty, she embarked on an ongoing journey of transformation, turning herself into a living art project, sometimes bold, sometimes risky. Her choices to alter her body and reshape her curves became more than preferences. They evolved into a lifestyle, a statement of total control over her own body. Behind the sensational headlines and the toll on her body lie persistent warnings from health professionals about long-term consequences. Katie's resilience under public scrutiny raises a difficult question. Where does personal freedom end and self-preservation begin? For her, inner satisfaction matters more than public approval, but maintaining constant attention comes with a continuous struggle against time and the limits of human biology. Her story forces us to face a truth about the glamorous world. Autonomy can carry burdens that cannot be ignored. Jordan James Parke's journey is a stark reminder of what can happen when admiration for an idealized figure surpasses reason. Taking more than simple inspiration from a cultural icon like Kim Kardashian, Jordan set out to replicate that image on his own face and body. This went beyond fandom. It became an ambitious project to reshape his identity through repeated cosmetic interventions. When procedures are pursued repeatedly in the quest for perfection, they can unintentionally set off a dangerous domino effect. Instead of achieving the refined features he desired, Jordan faced serious disruptions to basic biological function and severe facial imbalance. His story is a stark warning about the fragile line between inspiration and self-destruction. Attempting to replicate a blueprint supported by elite teams and vast resources is a perilous task for someone acting alone. It reminds us that identity and human worth cannot be manufactured or molded with artificial substances. When we chase another person's shadow, we risk losing the one thing that is truly our own and truly irreplaceable. Justin Jedlica doesn't view himself as a victim of aesthetic obsession, but as the deliberate architect of his own body. With over 300 cosmetic procedures, he has meticulously crafted himself into a real-life Ken doll. For Justin, surgery isn't about fixing flaws. It's a form of creative expression and total control over his body as a canvas. He takes bold steps without hesitation, even designing custom implants to achieve features far beyond natural limits, including recreating the image of wings across his back. Justin admits that his passion for physical transformation is driven by a powerful force, yet he frames it as confidence rather than psychological instability. Still, beneath his openness and claims of living art lie deeper questions about self-acceptance. Whether viewed as a boundary-pushing pioneer or an extreme example, his journey is a stark reminder of the lasting impact personal choices can have on a human life. Change may offer fleeting satisfaction, but its marks endure, revealing the cost of turning oneself into an artificial creation in the real world. From the electrifying moves of Saturday Night Fever to the gritty sophistication of Pulp Fiction, John Travolta has become more than an actor. He is a lasting Hollywood icon. Yet behind the brilliance of his stardom lies a fascinating journey of physical transformation that has captivated the world, raising a pressing question. Is this the work of time or the result of skilled aesthetic intervention? Now in his 70s, Travolta continues to astonish the public with remarkably smooth skin and a hairline that has noticeably evolved over the years. Aesthetic experts and enthusiasts often speculate that Travolta may have had hair transplants, Botox, or even a facelift to maintain his superstar image. At times, his appearance has changed so noticeably that it sparked international debate. Yet it's important to consider the human side, the immense pressure of staying flawless under the relentless glare of the spotlight. For a star, reinventing oneself isn't merely vanity. It's a way to honor the audience and preserve confidence in front of the camera. In the dazzling sweep of Hollywood history, few transformations are as striking as Mickey Rourke's. Once celebrated as a living masterpiece of the 1980s, he radiated a soulful, romantic charisma that captivated screens and hearts worldwide. Yet beneath that enduring beauty lay a spirit unwilling to conform to conventional norms. The tension between his glamorous exterior and intense inner ambitions set the stage for a turbulent chapter, where the line between brilliance and a fateful transformation grew dangerously thin. Unlike other stars who stayed safely in the spotlight, Rourke plunged into grueling physical challenges where strength and impact dominated. The toll of this passion gradually left permanent marks, reshaping the very structure of his original appearance. In an effort to restore the features worn down by time and physical strain, he turned to cosmetic interventions. Yet a series of miscalculations and misplaced trust in imperfect solutions produced unexpected results, transforming a once celebrated beauty icon into a visible map of life's turbulent journey. Mickey Rourke's transformation is more than a record of physical change. It's a profound lesson in the power of choice. It reminds us that when attempting to restore or preserve what we value, careful planning and genuine expertise are essential. His story is a cautionary tale about the irreversible consequences of decisions made on uncertain or flawed information. Though tinged with melancholy, it still delivers a strong message about self-worth and the cost of the choices we make in the pursuit of reclaiming personal identity. "I am the world's first supermodel." This bold claim was more than a statement. It marked the dawn of a golden era. In the 70s and 80s, Janice Dickinson was far more than a model. She commanded the high-fashion runways with a striking beauty that redefined industry standards. With her distinctive features and magnetic charisma, she built a personal empire where beauty became a universal language of admiration and influence. Yet behind the applause lurked the suffocating pressure of an industry that treats youth as the ultimate currency. To resist the effects of time, Janice embarked on a decades-long journey of cosmetic interventions. Her intense desire to preserve her elite status led to the overuse of restorative treatments, gradually eroding her natural features. What began as a fight against aging became an inescapable downward spiral, where her original identity slowly gave way to artificial imprints. Exploring the physical transformations of famous stars is more than a story about beauty. It's a deep reflection on power, fame, and the price it demands. Beneath the spotlight and sensational headlines, we glimpse the yearning for validation, the struggle against judgment, and the quiet sacrifices that words can hardly capture. So where is the line between self-improvement and losing oneself? Before this video ends, we'd love to hear from you. Where do you think true beauty comes from? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next exploration. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.